When I didn't show up on Friday, they were immediately incredibly worried about me.
Coming up, you will hear from the teacher who was suspended last week by the Boise School District. She shares her thoughts regarding the student-led walkout at Timberline High School.
We take you out onto some Idaho back roads during National Suicide Prevention Week to see how one man is honoring his son and raising awareness of mental health. And meet the people working to bring women's club hockey back to Boise State after things fizzled out during the pandemic.
On air, online, on mobile. This is Idaho News 6.
Marine veteran Casey Carlisle took his own life in 2018, prompting his father to create Casey's Smile. It's an effort to raise awareness about mental health and the resources available to help. Outdoor reporter Steve Dent previews this weekend's Wheeling for the Struggle event in tonight's edition of Idaho Backroads.
Idaho Backroads, brought to you by Larry H. Miller Subaru and McHugh Sports.
He was a father of two little girls, beautiful little girls. He was a brother, and he's my son. And I couldn't have asked for anybody else.
Casey Carlisle and his father Don shared a passion for off-roading, so Don created Casey's Smile after his son, a former Marine, died by suicide. Every year around Casey's birthday, Casey's Smile hosts a weekend at Grimes Creek called Wheeling for the Struggle.
We encourage people to just come out, camp out, reset their mind. Saturday evening, we feed everybody that shows up and camps with us. This year we have a gentleman that's going to come and play some music around our campfire. And then we got a couple other things that are in store.
Fireside chats around the camp provide a forum for people to talk about mental health issues while giving family and friends a chance to remember Casey Carlisle.
He's a really good kid. We just want to help people. So that's pretty much what Casey's Smile is for. Just want to help people that need help.
And they do it out in nature, navigating water crossings, while playing in the dirt and the mud on a 46-mile ride Saturday morning in a caravan of souped-up rigs, off-road machines, and ATVs wheeling for the struggle.
There's no worries, no cares. I can do what I want and full send it, and if I break something, oh well, I fix it.
The event starts Friday night at Grimes Creek and finishes up on Sunday, providing a good opportunity for anyone interested in off-roading to find their community, pay tribute to a former Marine, and heal at the same time.
People aren't the only one if they think they are. You know, a lot of times I feel like I am because I have PTSD from being in the military and being deployed. But I know I'm not the only one, and this helps with that.
Steve Dent, Idaho News 6.
If you or someone you love is experiencing an emotional crisis or you just need to talk, trained professionals are standing by 24/7 and want to help. Don't hesitate to reach out. Just dial 988 to get started. Don Carlisle merged Casey's Smile with a Facebook group called 4 Low Idaho Off-Road to create Wheeling for the Struggle. A few weeks ago, we showcased volunteers from the off-road group picking up garbage and cleaning campsites along Grimes Creek. We even saw them pull out an abandoned gooseneck trailer that had been sitting up in the Grimes Creek area for several months with permission from the Boise National Forest, as this group also does their part to take care of Idaho's outdoors.
It is super annoying. You know, we don't really care for the people leaving their garbage everywhere, but it does make you feel a lot better to get this out of here. Maybe this will be one less area they decide to close down.
The Forest Service closed down Grimes Creek for a full year back in 2020 because of all the trash and impacts left behind by people. This area has seen an increase in popularity due to its proximity to the Treasure Valley.
Hello again, everyone. I hope you had a chance to get outside and enjoy a perfect 10. That was the day today in the Treasure Valley and most of the west and northwest. That crystal vivid sky that we had, deep blue, no moisture in the air, and that's still calm with the temperatures comfortably warming up into the lower 80s. Picture perfect. So that's the way I describe a 10. If you wonder what's a 10 out of 10, Step outside today, and that's a 10 out of 10. Just impressive weather, certainly. Look at the temperatures this morning, a little on the cool side, very comfortable, actually close to seasonable for Boise. Temperatures in the 30s and 20s. Stanley 28 this morning. It'll be 28 again tomorrow morning. Here are the highs for today. Beautiful low 80s, not bad at all. Not too warm, but still warm. And then temperatures in the mountains, low to mid 70s. Spectacular weather is going to continue into tomorrow for the higher elevations. Look how clear it is. No cloud cover anywhere, so we'll have clear skies through tomorrow. Rest of this evening, enjoy it. Very pleasant, sunny and calm. 81 degrees, sunset before 8 o'clock now. Clear and cool overnight, and again, no wind at all. 51 degrees, our forecast coming up for tomorrow. Another spectacular day. It's going to get a little hotter in the afternoon with a high of 87. What's in store for the weekend? I'll let you know the BroncoCast and my weekend forecast coming up.
Students at Timberline High School in Boise walking out of class today in support of a teacher who was suspended last week. Reporter Christina Bautista was there this morning as students gathered in front of the school, and she spoke to them about why they're supporting their teacher.
Classrooms emptied at Timberline High School as students chose to walk out in support of teacher Laura Bolton, who was suspended last week by the Boise School District.
Thursday afternoon, I was asked to not return. Very kindly, very professionally by my superiors who came to my classroom and escorted me out to my car.
After learning about the suspension of the math high school teacher, students at Timberline tell me they plan to walk out to support their teacher, Ms. Bolton, also aiming to get answers from the Boise School District as to why a beloved teacher was put on administrative leave.
Show them what big of an impact Mrs. Bolton has done for us. She's saved so many people's lives, so we're willing to put our whole future on the line to get her job back.
About 200 students skipped class to rally support. Parents, too, came out and voiced their approval.
I really want the Boise School District to take these reports seriously. Like, there's a lot of kids. They have a lot of kids in their care, and they need someone to go to.
We reached out to the Boise School District, who has not disclosed the exact reasons for the suspension, but did release a statement following rumors lingering throughout the school and on social media, saying, quote, "Any reports of sexual harassment or assault that have been brought to the attention of the district have been investigated by the federal Title IX law and district Title IX policies and procedures. Protecting students is always the centerpiece of these investigations." Bolton says she hasn't heard from the district following her suspension, but says she believes it's based on a situation that occurred back in December of 2021.
Yes, ma'am!
Despite the district saying the reasons are not based on anything prior to 2023.
And I have heard very little from them in the last 2 years. Not much has occurred to rectify my situation. And in the last 7 days, lots has happened to get things moving along. I want to make sure it's in the right direction, though, for the sake of the students that I'm doing this for.
Students and parents are demanding transparency and want to know the reasons for the leave. Many telling me they plan on attending the next school board meeting to demand clarity. Also, for the complete statement released by the Boise School District, you can take a look by visiting our website, idahonews6.com.
I love you, people of Boise!
Christina Bautista, Idaho News 6.
Still to come, if you've spent time outside on the water, you've probably lost something in the water at some point. Tonight, meet the young diver making people's days by reuniting them with their lost watches and phones.
Now, I'm Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval. We're going to explore fall coming up and the fall colors and the forecast of where the color is going to start to increase here over the next week or two. I'll have that coming up shortly.
This is Idaho News 6.
Every year during Boise's float season, dozens of people lose valuable items in the water. River scavengers double as Good Samaritans when they snorkel through the water to find them. Our Allie Tripke met with river scavenger Loudon Hudson to find out why he chooses to help his fellow Idahoans.
Your goal is to help people.
Our goal is to get everything back to people.
If you've ever floated the Boise River, you know you run the risk of falling in and even losing some valuables to the currents. And this float season was no different, as several people had the misfortune of losing some items.
Oh, it was pretty down. I mean, all the girls are pretty upset to lose their phone. You know, it sucks.
Boise native Loudon Hudson learned to scuba dive when he was 14, and now, years later, he is using his talents to help reunite people with their lost valuables.
Because I love it, and I'd love to keep doing it anywhere I can. I love to travel and stuff, so I'd like to do it outside of just the Boise River.
We went alongside Loudon during a dive Thursday morning, and it started out with Loudon only finding some broken sunglasses. But time was on his side as a little later on, during his second dive, he ended up bobbing for some apples.
Found 2 Apple Watches the second go around.
Not long after that, he found a third Apple Watch under the Red Bridge near Warm Springs Golf Course. Now, it may seem like the only time to look for lost items would be towards the end of the season when the water level has gone down, but since Loudon actually uses full-on scuba diving gear, he prefers the water level to be a bit higher, meaning that he can search for lost items all year round every season. Loudon works to return those items that he finds to their owners. At the end of August, he found some phones, wallets, and keys for a group of river goers and was able to locate them by calling one of the contacts off the lost phone.
I thought it was sweet. It was a pretty good amount of stuff. Like 4 phones, couple wallets, probably 2 wallets, 2 sets of keys, I think. All the stuff that you probably shouldn't take on the river, you know.
Reporting from Boise, Allie Tripke.
Found these 6 shades in the river today. Contact Channel 6 if you need them back.
Idaho News 6.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval. Breezy weather has pushed off to the east. That perfect weather coming right on in. But look what's to the west. This is headed in our direction. I've got my latest forecast details through the weekend coming up.
Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the Idaho News 6 forecast.
Hello again, everyone. I just wanted to remind you all about Comet Nishimura. If you want to see this, it's in the morning that you have to look. The next several mornings, peaking Sunday morning and Monday morning, about an hour before the sun comes up, looking towards the general northeast sky, kind of where the glow is starting from where the sun would be coming up. You'll see the planet Venus there, and to the lower left from Venus, you'll see a streak about, if you're on an arm's length, it'll be about an inch long of a streak in the sky. You won't see the green with binoculars. If good photographs start to show the green, but that's the place you'll want to look. And with the clear skies we've likely got, it should be some good viewing, but you got to have a really low horizon. Can't have any mountains or trees in front of you. How about the fall foliage? We're starting to see a little bit of color popping up in some of the higher terrain, not in the Wood River Valley right now. I'm not seeing any color on the tower cams. It'll be a little while yet before that happens, but we're getting close for it to start to change up around Galena Pass, places like that. The forecast over the next week shows this yellow, this low color, starting to increase, and some moderate color up towards Yellowstone. So if you're headed in that direction, those are the places that will turn first, and the highest terrain of central Idaho as well. The peak colors, again, will be basically the last few days of September to the first week of October for the McCall area and for the Wood River Valley. Earlier in the higher terrain north of the Wood River Valley, and for Boise, September 8th to 18th is typically when we've been getting our peak conditions. Well, the breeze we had yesterday, you know, the temperature yesterday was similar to today, but today was totally different from yesterday because of the wind. The lack of wind really makes those really nice days. I like to call them the 10 best days of the year, and today could probably be one of the top 5 best days of the year in my book, certainly. The breeze gone, high pressure and hotter weather to the west. We're right in the middle. And when you get the wind to go away, you get the nice cool morning and have a very comfortable afternoon. We're going to experience this again on the tail end of this heat that's coming in. But yes, that's what's in store. Warmer conditions tomorrow, getting a little toasty, and then hotter weather over the weekend. Almost record highs. Will be a few degrees shy of a record. Boise today, 83. Oh, what a beautiful day. Look at this in Medford, 97 degrees. Forecast for tomorrow. We're in mid-September, Medford, Oregon, almost 100 degrees. So this is a core of a big mountain of hot air, and some of that is going to be headed in our direction for the weekend. So keep that in mind. It's going to be warming up. Look how perfect. Talk about a 10 in McCall for most of the day. Look at the great visibility. Then watch what happens this afternoon. Smoke from the controlled burn started to drift towards the McCall area, putting a little bit of a damper on things, but still a 10 out of 10. Look at these temperatures here, near 80. Coming through the weekend, dropping to the upper 50s during the middle part of next week. So my Scott score for the day tomorrow, I'm going to drop it from a 10 to a 9 only because the temperature's going up to 87. It's going to be another spectacular day. Get outside and enjoy it. Look at this. Central Mountains, all 10s, and valley locations primarily 9 out of 10. So some great weather continues. Bronco football forecast, 67 at kickoff in the morning. Afternoon sunshine, 84 degrees. Still going to be pretty warm. Now, I want to show you the weather pattern here. This global forecast system giving us very warm, if not hot, weather over the weekend. New chart takes a lot of the cool weather to our north, but it does cool us down pretty dramatically. This is Friday. Once that cool weather goes away, we're going to be heating up for the following weekend. If we switch computer models right here, watch the shift. Not much of a change at all. Both models agree that we'll have cooler weather for the middle part of next week, but warming up by the following Friday. So there are some changes coming back in. Changes for tomorrow, we're going to add about 5 degrees of heat. So it's a little hotter in the afternoon, but the rest of the day will be spectacular. That's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And then on the hot side on Saturday and Sunday, near 90 into Monday, the same story. And then it starts to cool, and we could drop to 70 degrees for Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
The Idaho News 6 Market Report brought to you by Edward Jones. These stories again, go to idahonews6.com. We'll be right back. The Allergy Report, brought to you by Boise Valley Asthma and Allergy.
Well, good news on the allergy front. The wind shift to the northwest yesterday blew a lot of that pollen back out over the desert southeast of the Treasure Valley. And so we dropped to the high category from extreme at a 91. Sage is still the primary contributor. And with a southeast breeze starting to pick up for the weekend, this number will likely go back up into the extreme category as we head through the weekend.
If you need an excuse to hit the golf course, you can play around for a good cause later this month. Rising Idaho is holding a benefit golf tournament at Shadow Valley Golf Course with proceeds funding accessible playgrounds for children with developmental disabilities. The local nonprofit, which provides developmental disability and behavioral health services to kids, teenagers, and adults, mostly relies on private donations. In addition to their various centers in the valley, they'd like to see more options for kids to enjoy themselves.
There really isn't anything for our clients to play with. And we really want to offer them the same chance that all the other kids get in regular playgrounds to play at their own level and at their own pace.
Groups of 4 can purchase packages for the benefit tournament with a chance to play for secret prizes. That event set for Tuesday, September 26th. Tonight, First Federal Bank is holding their 3rd annual Rock, Paper, Scissors tournament. Businesses will compete for over $17,000 to donate to local nonprofits and charities. And you're invited to take part in the fun. It all kicks off at 6 o'clock at Meridian's Kleiner Park Band Shell. There will be food vendors, a beer garden, and much more. Admission is free. And keep an eye out for our anchor, Roland Barris, who will MC the event.
Take Idaho News 6 with you. Download the app from your app store. We'll be right back.
Let's check out your forecast, our 10-day temperature trend. It's on the upswing now. We're going to peak this weekend at 90 degrees, and then we have that cold front coming through. The breeze will come in, and then some very comfortable conditions below the normal, which drops to 75. We could see highs near 70 Wednesday and Thursday of next week, and possibly a little bit warmer here than showing up for the weekend. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Enjoy the spectacular weather this evening. We hope to see you back, though, tonight on Idaho News 6 at 10.
Portions of Idaho News 6 have been sponsored.